What's the program eligibility? What is this class schedule like? What is OML? How do you get the branch that you want? How do you get stationed where you want? How can you apply being enlisted? So we'll go over all those juicy details. Just stay tuned. Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing the Green to Gold program, the highly requested Green to Gold program. A lot of my friends that have seen me gone through the program, they want to know about it. So I figured I might as well just make a video and it'll help my friends, but it could potentially help someone else. So let's get started. What in the heck is the Green to Gold program? So I'm sure if you're on this video, you probably already know what the program is. So the program is a way for soldiers to be able to get a bachelor's degree or their master's. What do you mean bachelor's or master's? Do I get to choose? The way that it works is, let's say that I am a sergeant in the Army and I have a bachelor's. Well, I could apply for the Green to Gold program to get my master's. But if I didn't have any education, that I could apply for the Green to Gold 4-year scholarship. Okay, so let's go over the basic eligibility. I'm gonna put some more details on here, but I don't wanna make this video 30 or 50 minutes long. So I'm just going over the basic eligibilities for the program. So the first eligibility requirement is you must have served a minimum of 2 years active duty. Now I do want you to keep in mind that you can get a waiver for the 2-year active duty requirement. I actually wanted to do that, but I was always so nervous, so I just waited my 2 years. I was grateful for that because I actually became an NCO in that time. But if you're in that position where you don't want to wait till make NCO, you just want to start the program, then go for it, because there are waivers so that you don't have to be enlisted for 2 years. Okay, the second big thing is that your GT score needs to be 110 or higher. Now, I will say, from someone that has done this before, you can get your GT score up. Mine was not 110, and I went to school. You know, the education center has those programs where you could bump up your GT score, and I ended up with over a 120 score, and I was able to qualify for the Green to Gold program. Third eligibility requirement is you have to have 180 points or higher on your APFT, which is 60 points on each event. Now, this might change, but as of right now, those are the requirements. I know that the Army is doing this whole, they're not counting APFTs for the next year or a year and a half. But as of right now, they probably will make you take an APFT for this program. So just keep that in mind. Now, also keep in mind that it's probably going to change to ACFT. The fourth thing that I want to bring up is that you have to have a letter of acceptance from the university and the ROTC program that you are wanting to attend. Okay, the fifth thing is you have to be medical qualified. So this is meaning, I don't believe that you can be on a profile. Say that I'm 97% sure that you cannot be on a profile if you're applying for the Green to Gold scholarship. Okay, the last thing that I want to bring for the eligibility criteria is that you have to have a strong recommendation from your chain of command, and I'm talking battalion minimum. You have to have a strong recommendation from your battalion command. How do you get this? You know, you want to schedule an appointment with them. What happened with me was that they had me, you know, write some stuff about myself. We had a whole interview. She asked me why I wanted to be an officer, why I thought that I deserved this opportunity. So be prepared. Don't just say, you know, like, I want to be an officer because I want to make more money. Like, be prepared with what you're going to say and make sure that you stand out, because I can guarantee you that you're probably not going to be the only one applying. And even if you are the only one applying, that does not guarantee you that you're gonna get a recommendation. So let's go into the options of Green to Gold. What options are there? So I want to start by discussing the non-scholarship option. So what is the non-scholarship option? I'm going to read it word for word so that you know that I'm saying legit like what this is. So it's a 2-year scholarship option. Non-scholarship cadets can join the Guard or Reserves under simultaneously membership SNP. In this option, you will have to pay out of pocket or use your GI Bill to pay for school. So non-scholarship essentially means that you are ETSing out of the Army, and you're going to have to use your GI Bill to pay for school because the Army is not paying for your school. So that is the non-scholarship option. So the second option for Green to Gold is the Hip Pocket Scholarship. So what does that mean? That means that each year a division commander can recommend, I want to say, from 1 to 5 soldiers to get this 2 or 3 or 4-year scholarship to get their bachelor's. So the hip pocket scholarship is something that the division commander will recommend you for. So, I mean, obviously the division commander doesn't know everybody, but it kind of works with the battalion. You go to your battalion commander or your company commander, you're like, hey, I'd be interested in the hip pocket scholarship, and they can start you the process there. Okay, the third option that I want to talk about is very similar to the hip pocket scholarship, but the division commander doesn't have to choose you. You can just simply apply for this. The scholarship option is a 2 to 3 4-year scholarship. You will have to ETS. So this means that you'll have no active duty pay, but your whole school for will be paid by ROTC. So you do not have to worry about having to pay for school. So meaning that your GI Bill will be untouched. The scholarship will pay for full tuition and provide stipends for $1,200 a year. You will also receive a stipend of $300 to $500 a month to cover everyday expenses. So every semester you'll get $600 to buy your books. And the $300 to $500 simply means that, you know, your freshman year you'll get $300, and so on. So your senior year you should be getting $500. So let's go on a recap of pros and cons for the scholarship options. So pros are that you can save your GI Bill for your master. Remember that ROTC is paying for your school. You do not have to use your GI Bill for the scholarship option, so you could save it for your master's, for medical school, or you could pass it along to your children. The biggest pro is that with this option you can do education delay. So what is education delay? It's a program that allows you to delay your entry back into active duty so that you can go to medical school, chaplain corps, vet school, or go to law school. Although ROTC won't pay for education delay, you can use your GI Bill to pay for it if you can apply for the health professional scholarship program. So another pro is that you can choose to go to the reserves and you don't have to go back active duty. So the cons are that you have to ETS, so you will not be receiving that steady paycheck, and you will not have medical insurance. I think that this option is really good for people that are dual military and your spouse could give you that medical coverage and that steady paycheck, and you guys can kind of work things out. Another way that I think that the scholarship option would be a good choice for you is if you're trying to go to medical school. I know it's scary not to get a steady paycheck, but you could use your GI Bill to pay for your bills. A way that you could do it is, let's put me for example, because I am on this program. I don't receive a paycheck. I get $400 whatever I get a month, and I get my book stipend of $600. The school gives me scholarships. I get government financial scholarships and all of that stuff. So I use all of that to pay for my bills. In a way, it is possible if you have a family or if you're a single person and you're scared, you know, to get out of active duty, but you really are trying to go to medical school, this would be a good choice for you. Okay, so anyways, enough about the scholarship options. Let's go into the active duty option, because I'm sure if you're in this video, you probably want to know about the active duty option. It is the most amazing option that there is. If you can get it, I'd highly recommend that you go this option. So the 2-year active duty option is a 2-year option only, meaning that you have to be able to complete your degree in 2 years. So basically you have to have your associates, or you have to have equivalent amount of hours to be able to finish your bachelor's in 2 years. You remain active duty and you continue to get your paycheck while accruing leave. Holla, that's pretty good. In this option, you will have to pay out of pocket or use your GI Bill for school. So this option, you receive your paycheck, you're still active duty, but you have to pay for school on your own. So the Army or ROTC will not pay for your school, but you could use your GI Bill to pay for your school, and then you're even square. So it is a really good deal. The only cons that I would say for this option is that, you know, you won't be able to pass your GI Bill to your children, but I mean, that's really the only con that I could say about this option. Okay, so what is the commitment after ROTC? So I've told you a lot of good stuff, right? So let's hit it on the where it hurts. What do I owe the Army after they've paid for my school and I commission? After commissioning as a second lieutenant, you must serve 8 years in the military, and 3 of those must be active duty, and the rest could be served as reserves. Okay, so what is the ROTC program like? I will tell you from personal experience that the program is very different than it was active duty. You know, active duty, I was always just so stern and, you know, you have to do this, and, you know, let's do the shark can because I was an NCO, you know, you got to do this. Then you get to the program and you find out that it's very chill, it's very calm. It's a different environment. You're dealing with some people that just graduated high school. You're dealing with kids. So it's a whole different mentality. Sometimes you're dealing with MS1s, MS2s that are not contracted. So they are fully civilians. So, how do you shark hand them when they're fully civilians? Your goal as an MS4, as an MS3, which is junior and senior, is to motivate those little ones into wanting to commit to the military, wanting them to, mentor them, teach them. So it is very different. It's a whole different approach. So my biggest recommendation to you as prior service cadets is to level with your peers, because at the end of the day, even if you were a sergeant first class, take that off, throw it away, frame it, whatever, because you're not a sergeant first class anymore. You are a cadet. All I will say is be humble about it. What does PT look like? What does PT look like? Well, we do PTs Monday through Saturdays. Yeah, that doesn't happen. So I'll tell you how my school does it. You'll usually do PT 3 to 4 days a week, and it'll probably last a little over an hour. You'll take at least one record APFT or ACFT now every semester. So you'll take, one diagnostic, and then you'll take another one that's for real. The biggest ACFT or APFT that's going to count is your junior year. Now, I want to tell you that your junior year is the most important of them all. So if you're going the active duty option, you're coming in your junior year. So you're not learning anything, buddy. Wake up. This is your junior year. They don't care if you know it or not. You're going to be great at your junior year. That's where you get your session points, everything. So I don't want to overwhelm you, because I am going to go into that. How much time is spent in class? This is ROTC. We're college students. How much time do we actually spend in class? Well, it's usually probably an hour and a half, maybe other schools do it a little bit longer, but that's usually what it is your MS3 year. Now your MS4 year, looking at maybe 3-4 hours, but you are actually only meeting once a week. It's a normal class, just like, you had math in college. So that's exactly how ROTC is. You have a time slot, you go to class, and then after that class, you're college student. So, that's pretty much it. Okay, what branches are available? We're getting into some juicy stuff. There's 17 branches to choose from, ranging from medical, finance, MP, military intelligence. Okay, the question I know you guys want to know. How do I get the branch that I want? There is an order merit list. It's basically a point system that helps you rank amongst your peers. This is very beneficial for you, and you want to start working on it as soon as you join the program. So like I said, if you're doing the active duty option, you need to work on it yesterday, because you're coming in as a junior. So a lot of the kids have been working on it their MS1, MS2 year. So as a junior, get to it. The OML categories are broken down to GPA from both semesters of your junior year, that's 10%, ROTC class grade 5%, APFT 10%, participation 15%, peer evals 10%, APMS evals 50%, totals out to 100%. The biggest advice that I have for you is focus on your GPA, volunteer for color guard events, for any events that really come up, volunteer, because like we just talked about, participation is a big chunk of it. So cadre is looking at you, making sure that you're helping out the program, you're volunteering and all that good stuff. Always help your peers out, maintain yourself in excellent physical condition. I shouldn't have to tell you guys this, most of you are prior NCOs, so you already know how big of an impact physical fitness has in your career. Okay, so on top of all of that, you will interview with the branches of your choice. So you can interview with as many branches as you would like. They'll rank you as preferred, most preferred, or least preferred. You will also rank the branches from 1 to 17. So let's say you rank infantry number 1 and they rank you as most preferred. Well, then you have a great chance as getting infantry, because you rank them 1, they rank you as most preferred, and boom, it's like Tinder. You guys matched, you guys are good to go. You will probably get infantry. Okay, lastly, when it comes to the branches, you can choose to add 3 years of service. So that is active duty service obligation, ADSO, for your branch of choice, which means if they don't naturally choose you, then they can take you based off your ADSO. This is not a guarantee, but the good thing is that if they don't choose you for that branch, then you will not owe them those extra 3 years. So let's say that I want infantry as my number 1, and infantry with ADSO as my number 2, and then as my number 3, I'll go with AG. You would have actually 2 options for infantry, because you have infantry 1 and infantry with ADSO, and then your third one is a different branch. It could be AG and then AG with ADSO. So if you really want a branch and you know that you didn't rank so well, or even if you did rank well in your OML, go ahead and add those 3-year ADSO. If you're gonna be retiring from the military, then why not add that? So that's just my saying it. If you don't think that you are staying in the military, I mean, like my case, I was very grateful that I ranked distinguished military grad and I got the branch of my choice. How do I choose where to get stationed? That's a good question to ask, right? I mean, I wanted to know it. I still haven't found out where I'm getting stationed, so this is a great question. You will be able to choose your top 10 choices, and depending on where you ranked in the OML, you could potentially have a higher chance at getting your top 3 choices. For example, the distinguished military grads who rank top 10% cadets in the nation will probably get one of their top 3 choices. Then the top 20% cadets, and so on. You can also add ADSO for the duty station, and the same rules apply. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Please check out my other videos. I am a personal fitness trainer, so if you want to get your workout on, make sure that you subscribe and you get some more details on the workouts that I have in my channel. If you have any questions regarding the Green to Gold program, make sure you comment down below. I'll try to answer all of them as best as possible. I'm not a Green to Gold recruiter. I'm just a cadet that went through the program, but I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But I just hope that you learned something from this. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.